The great heron, or the Ardea herodias, you see here, is a bird. A very large and beautiful wading bird, very majestic. If we were reviewing a bird classification, the great heron would be a fine choice. But we're here to review wallets. So instead I have here the Great Heron Leather Slim Wallet. It's a nice wallet from Night Heron Leather. Its back pocket or front pocket smells wonderful. We'll get into that later. So let's get into it. Comes in this packaging. We've got some tissue paper here and this nicely done Night Heron stamp. This is very Edward Gorey-esque in how it presents itself. And I like Edward Gorey, by the way. Let's open this up here. Look at that. And here we go. This is made from natural brown nut leather that I chose. Natural and brown nut. Let's take a look at the sewing. Nicely done. Very light burnishing. Well, and of course, I gotta check it out. Oh baby. Yeah, this is good. And it was green thread that I chose here as well. I think it looks good. Although I am a little colorblind. Yeah, wait, I am a little colorblind. Light and dark shades of reds and greens, but it's not that bad. I can see most things. Well, let me know what you think about this color combination in the comments below. Now to the feature review of the Night Heron Leather Great Heron. On this wallet, we have two external card slots. One here and one here. Obviously this piece of leather wraps around here, and then we have one internal card slot right here where you can put cash cards, and any of these that provide accessibility. And that is a quick review of the features of the Night Heron Leather Great Heron wallet. Now to the card and cash insertion test. As you saw, I got 6 cards, 3 slips of cash, folded in thirds or in quarters, whatever you want to call it. Reasonable carry to be 4, or is it 6, minimum probably 4. The company does recommend up to 8 cards plus the folded notes like what we saw here. From a quality perspective, this is designed and made in the United States. It is a full grain veg tan Horween leather. And man, Horween leather, I don't know how you get any better smelling leather than Horween. I mean, honestly. It's lightly burnished on the edges. As you can see, we have a light burnish. It's not a glossy finish like we see with other wallets, but it is still burnished all by hand, and the sewing is incredibly tight. I really like how this was done. There are some wallets that just have a style where the holes for sewing are much wider and the thread is thicker. This is a very tight thread and not as obtrusive as you see or prominent as you see with other wallets. The one comment I have on quality a bit is that the holes in this sewing do kind of drift a little to the right, but other than that, it's fine. I mean, it's not something that you would really worry about, unless you're concerned about those kinds of things. As mentioned, it's made from 2 pieces of leather, and you can specify the color of the leather that you use. It is priced for $50. And from a usability perspective, the quick access is what we expect, as it doesn't really disappoint in this regard. And the rounded pieces here at the top facilitates opening the top to get into it. You can see it rounds down, and the sewing doesn't start until a little lower. This is great to get in. Otherwise, if this was closed up completely, then you're really digging to get in and get cards. It's just a usability feature that is nicely thought out and something that I would expect. Another thing to point out here is how the leather was cut and how it was folded, because it provides a lot of extra room. A lot of wallets have leather that's folded very tightly, and with that, you're then fighting to open up the card slots to get to the cash or the cards that you want. In this case, there was extra material that was cut into this, and then the fold is not as tight, meaning that you have access to capacity that you wouldn't otherwise have. You can notice that getting access into these card slots is not difficult, and if you pinch, you're not pinching hard to open a wallet it opens rather easily. Now that's a function somewhat of this leather, because the leather is supple and it's not a firm leather, and of course that just gives a wonderful component to the leather itself and how it will wear and develop a patina. But otherwise, there was thought in how it would develop capacity. The measurements on this wallet are 4 by 3 by 0.3, and it weighs 41 grams. My perception on this is Jason, who has built his business in Bedford, Texas, got his start in the leather business by making a sleeve for his fountain pen. Now, I carry fountain pens. I like to use fountain pens. He is kind of a person of my own heart. He makes a variety of nice looking everyday use and EDC products beyond just wallets, which begs a look for all of you to his site, really, honestly. So now let's get into the final score. For quality of 4, that wandering stitch was a little concerning. Price of 3, features of 3, usability of 4. I love that extra compensation for leather in there that makes it easy to get in and out, and perception of 4. And that gives us a final score of 37 out of 50. Thanks for joining us. Keep watching our top 10 Etsy leather makers of 2021. We'll see you in the next review.